Oh, there it is. Welcome to The Greater Journey. I'm your host, Gregory Rutledge, author of From Waiter to Greater and creator of the Greater Framework. On this show, we're not going to celebrate highlight reels. We're going to dive into the trenches, the doubts, the detours, the lessons, and the breakthroughs that shape who we are. Each conversation, as you know, follows the Greater Framework. And my goal is to uncover those moments that made my guests greater, so you can find the courage to step boldly into your own journey. On today's episode, we have Stephanie Garcia, the host of Lights Camera Live, an award-winning digital marketing strategist dedicated to helping brands and business owners like you skip the guesswork on how to make their presence known online and start creating meaningful relationships with their customers online and tried and true. Stop looping. Music's over. I love the music, but whew. With tried and true social media marketing strategies for live streaming and live selling. That is a mouthful. I'm just going to say she teaches you how to communicate with confidence and captivate your audience. And she just did that live at VidSummit. She was an excellent MC. I had the joy of meeting her off camera or off the stage. And she's even more awesome off stage in person when you get to experience her. And so we decided today, we're just going to go live and we're going to talk about that journey of where she was, what happened along the way, what's the messy middle to get to where she is now. Stephanie, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. I got my Celsius. I got all the things. So this is me. Like literally when I walked off the stage for VidSummit on the last day, I was like, and now it's a vow of silence. So I literally haven't been talking to like anyone. So this is like my first time coming back into like, hello, public presence. Hey everyone,
Wow.
how are you doing?
That's incredible. I don't understand that. I wish I guess I do a little bit. I'm such an extrovert.
Yeah.
Like that's how my batteries are charged, that
hmm
the more I get around people, the more I get around people.
Yeah. I'm an
But
ambivert. So I'm very much like, I don't mind shining and strutting into the spotlight and doing my thing. But then afterwards, I'm like, okay, now I need to just recharge a little bit. Right. Because oftentimes, you and I talked about this, like, we're both like, I'm a fire sign. And so for me,
mm-hmm,
I like to create like a bonfire and bring people together. And
mm,
sometimes when your fire is just shining so bright, sometimes people
mm.
kind of they smother it. They want too much of it. They ask too, and I'm like, like someone's got to come back and like relight my fire too.
That makes sense. And
hmm
and you mentioned ambiversion, and I do have both batteries. I do sometimes need to recharge, but it depends on who I'm around, because
Mm.
we were at VidSummit and it's a crowd of like minds doing the same things and we're uplifting each other. I couldn't get enough. But like, let's say I go to one of these stale LinkedIn like networking events with, I'm sorry, did I say that?
I'm
We're
like,
live
aren't
on
you live
LinkedIn.
on LinkedIn?
One of those stale events where it's just like so awkward because it's a bunch of people being transactional. That
I think
drains me quicker
it's
than anything.
I think it's just because people have expectations for different things. Like VidSummit is very different because it's all about celebrating you being unique,
Mm,
having your own perspective, your own story, and celebrating like your weirdness, right? Like you could
yeah,
be
absolutely.
quirky, you know.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to like a business, B2B, corporate networking, there's this facade, there's this mask that you're putting on,
Mm,
right? So yeah, I mean it's different.
just a little bit.
It's a little bit, but it depends on like who you hang out with. Because I'm usually in the back, and I'm like, if you've got nothing nice to say, sit with me. We'll sit in the back.
So that
And it's true too. We only spent like, I don't know, what, 15, 20 minutes? And you know that that's so true.
it's so true. And troublemakers join me in the back.
hmm
So I'm curious, what's the story that of where you started that most people don't know?
Like the lore. Um, I would say the lore is that I grew up in Japan. I'm
Mm,
a military brat, so I grew up on a military base where everyone spoke English, but at home, they spoke Tagalog, and then outside of the base, everyone spoke Japanese. And how this actually contributes to who I am growing up and being so adaptive is that eventually I had to move over to San Diego. And so I moved to San Diego, and I don't know if you know this, but everything in the US is always like 5 years behind in
mm,
Japan. So when I came here, like in the 90s, Gregory, I was like side ponytail, MC Hammer pants. I was like still listening to like New Kids on the Block. And everyone was really interested in like Snoop and NWA and all these things. And people were telling me I couldn't wear red and I couldn't wear black. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, why can't I just, why can't I just be me? And I think that was kind of like where it all started. It's like, I always wanted to understand why people think and act the way that they do. And what is it about different cultures and how do you blend in with other people, you know, or like, how do you make friends?
Right.
Especially when you're bouncing around.
I can relate to that. I grew up in France, and you're telling the truth. They were so far behind. I got there with jeans and sneakers, and they were like, "What are those?" They were still wearing penny loafers and slacks, and like, the radio had a lot of EDM. I had tapes and VHS to keep up to date with the U.S., and I was never up to date.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, when you come back here after that, you're kind of like in a time capsule.
Very much so.
So growing up in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
that is really cool. That's one place I haven't been yet. What was like one of the most interesting? Revermina said Stephanie's like a fashion queen. She got that drip.
The Harajuku and everything. Yeah. I mean, I love Japan, especially like the food, the culture. I think if anything that I missed the most is that it was very community oriented. Like everyone had respect for their neighborhood, the cleanliness and just manners. Right. And then you come over, well, I guess when I came over to the US, it's very about you as an individual. Like for me, when I was growing up in Japan, I knew who my neighbors were. I knew like my friends' parents, their parents knew my parents, that type of stuff. Like everyone knew each other. But when I moved over to the US, it's like, don't knock on the door, you're soliciting. I was like, no, I'm just trying to make a friend. I just want to know if Sally can come out and play, right?
Right. Man, it's so crazy. Like talking to people that have only been in the US and the difference in the way we see the world when we get out of the US.
Oh yeah.
And see what's possible or what other cultures are doing. Like for example, waiting tables. Different cultures did different things, and one of the things I admired about like Japanese people and it was different cultures, but typically the Japanese would come in and they'd do family style. They'd order a bunch of plates,
Yeah.
or different dishes of what everyone wanted to try. They'd get a bunch of share plates, and they'd all eat until they were satisfied and pack the rest up and go home. Right?
Yeah.
Very polite. Like you said, very community oriented. When I try to suggest this to Americans, they're like, "No, I want my whole chicken fried steak." And then they eat it, right? And they're miserable, and they're looking at your plate like, man, I wish I would have got that. I gave you the opportunity, fool.
Yeah, right. You know, if you wanted to do it right, you should just did what I told you. No, I feel like oftentimes if I'm inviting friends out and it's a restaurant that I know, I'm like, you guys know I'm a foodie. So can I just order for the table? You know, and usually they're into that. And I'll just be like, you know, what are you craving? Something crunchy, something savory, something sweet. You want to try something new? And oftentimes when we do that, everyone just feels like happy and like, oh, I've never tried that before. And it's like, yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with trying something new. And if you don't like it, that's okay. I won't be like offended. I just want to know like, where do your boundaries lie?
You got any allergies? Don't
Yeah, I
be
mean, as long as
shellfish.
you tell me what your allergies are ahead of time, right? I'll be like, oh, here's some shrimp.
Yeah. Don't be shellfish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It's the dad. So you're very confident. I was looking over, like doing my research on you, and I'm just like, man, she just presents so well all over social media. And then even when you meet her in person, it's the same. But we all know that people that are stepping into their greatness,
Yeah.
right? That wasn't always that way.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was, girl, you got to teach me some things. Was there a time where you felt overlooked or underestimated?
Overlooked and underestimated. I think
Yes,
everyone
thank
kind of felt that like in middle school or even in high school, right?
Yeah.
But that's just like development, right? In that sense. I think eventually getting out of that phase and then working, you kind of, I guess like when I started working in the tech startup arena, I worked in HR. And so you would know what was expected for your particular role, like your roles, responsibilities, and duties. And so I never felt underestimated. If anything, I was just kind of like, what do I need to do to get to that next version of me? And you already know this about me. I'm always like, if I want to be that person, if I want to have that role, if I want to do this, what does that look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What are the thoughts, the beliefs, and attitudes that I need to have in order to embody that? And so I think that's where I'm always constantly thinking of, this is the version of me. I'm the sum total of my conscious and my unconscious programming that brought me to here where I am today. So if I want to go there, right, what do I need to upgrade in my hardware in order to get me there? And it doesn't always necessarily have to be me that's doing everything. Are there people that I can talk to, leverage, mentors, communities that I could be a part of that can help me get there faster?
Taking the shortcut. If there is a shortcut, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Girl, let's go. Let's go.
Up, down, down, left, right, B-A, start. Let's go.
Let's go.
Right? Like I come from that era. I'm like, there's a cheat code and I'm going to find out this cheat code. And then I'm going to keep running it.
Yeah. I mean, if it's there, right?
Yeah.
Why are we doing things the hard way?
I don't
Just
know.
because it's always been done that way? So I digress. So I'm sure in stepping into that cheat code and applying that future self, right? Like living from that place, were there any limiting beliefs that you had to overcome?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think for me, a lot of it too is when I had my daughter back in like 2015. And it was this, I mean, I was like a C-level executive. I was working in the trenches of agency life. And I was working with like Nike, Sephora, Clinique, and Qualcomm, all these, big brand names and whatnot. And then I was pregnant with my daughter and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't be working like 50, 60 hours a week, but what does it mean to be a good mom? And my internal representation of what it meant to be a good mom was like, I'm always there. I'm taking care of her. I'm present. I'm playing with her. I'm doing all this stuff. But then also, what does it mean to be successful at an agency, right? It's you're hardworking, you're putting in the extra hours, you're doing this, da, da, da. And then there's that belief at the time was like, can I be both? Because my understanding of what it meant to be a good mom was what I knew from what my mom had taught me. And what I knew in order to be a fantastic, amazing agency powerhouse was from my mentor, Indra. And the two, if you really think about them, they clashed. And so there's this internal conflict. And for a while, I was kind of like, I can't do this. It has to be either or. And then I think one day I realized, I was like, well, why don't I just make it my own? And so I figured, right, Gregory, I was like, if I could do this for Nike, Sephora, Clinique, I sure as hell can do this for myself, right? So then I went off on my own and I made it so that way Wednesdays, I called it whatever we want to do Wednesdays. And so I would work Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, I would shut down. I would close because I was figured Mondays, you usually have like your all hands meetings. Everyone needs to know what it is that they have to do. Tuesdays, you do the work. Wednesday, you're still pounding away, right? So I was like, Wednesday, people are just going to be working. I don't need to be in meetings. And so then I'd come back Thursday and then Friday, I live in San Diego. So Friday really ends at like 12 o'clock.
Right.
Yeah. And so then once I realized, okay, I get to decide how I want to live my life. That was the difference that made the difference. It's like, whose rules do I have to live by? Because if anything, there's no rules police as far as I know, right? No one's going to come knocking on my door. Stephanie, you're not following the rules of life. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, you could take me to jail. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, no one's going to do that. And like, even now when I coach clients, I'm like, just because you decided that, 3 years ago in your business doesn't mean that you can't change your mind and do something different. There is no such thing as the change your mind police, right? What are they going to do? The judge is going to like bang the gavel. Like you found guilty on 3 charges of changing your mind. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
Oh my God.
It's not
Would
going
you
to
put
happen.
it like that? Like there's a revival happening right now inside of me. And there's someone watching that is like having a revelation. She's right.
I'm right. Yeah. And and the funny thing is that now that we live in this AI era, I'm just going to make like a Sora video of me as a judge with a gavel. I'm like, you changed your mind. You're going to change your mind, jail. It's like, that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
That's literally what led to this. There was a conversation with my wife about what do I do? Like, who am I? I'm trying to do all these things. My brand looks a mess all over all these platforms. I'm trying to rebrand like my YouTubes to fit the algorithm and be what all these people say I have to be in all these 30-second reels, knowing they're using psychology to get me to watch them. I know what they're doing. And I'm over here like pulled in 3,000 directions. And she's like, babe, you could just do what you want. And then you confirm it when we get on. I'm like, I'm going to record. I'm going to pre-record. And you're like, dude, go live. Like,
Just go live.
who's going to stop you?
Yeah. Who's going to judge you? I'm like, oh my God, you went live. And like, yeah, I did. And you did something that most people have been thinking about in their head for like 3 months, 3 years, you know? And you're just like, well, today's the day. Today's the day. Not one day I'm going to start live streaming. Day one. Day one starts now.
Listen, and you just got a client in less than 15 minutes. Edward Coffee said, I could use her help. How do I get in touch with her? Stick around till the end. I will tell you exactly how to get in touch with her. Because this conversation is just going to keep getting better. So there's a story you had to stop telling yourself, and that's that what is that story that you had to stop telling yourself in order to get to that place?
I don't think it was necessarily a story. It was more of a belief, right? Like what beliefs are going to serve me to get me to where it is that I need to be and which ones I need to let go. And it was the belief that I had to listen to everyone else. Like, don't shit on me. You should do this. You should do that. Don't shit on me. I'm going to do what it is that I want. And I think the biggest thing is really understanding what's most important to you, right? What are your values? What's most important to you? And the thing is that I feel like most people don't know what is important to them because they're subscribing to everyone else's values, beliefs, and attitudes that they completely lose touch with. Like, what do I want? What do I want? What would that do for me? Right? For what purpose? Like, for what purpose would you live stream? So you can have a fun conversation. So it doesn't feel like it's like, pre-recorded and just like, I have to say the perfect thing. Like, I'm going to just be me and we're going to vibe. And if people like it, then cool. Awesome. Great. And it's going to be a really great lead magnet because if you do decide to edit it, you can say, and if you want like the director's cut, go over here, go into the vault.
It's true. Man, you are so good at waking people up.
Yeah.
And like in a simple and fun way.
That's one of my values. One of my values is whether it's like life, education, personal development, making money or whatever, in all areas of my life, it needs to be fun. Because my belief is if you're not having fun, baby, you ain't doing it right. You ain't doing it right. Like, who said that things had to be hard? Like, unsubscribe. Right? It's like, I'm not a runner. I don't like running, but that doesn't mean that I can't skip across the finish line. Also get across the finish line. I'll strut across the finish line. However, which way I want to, I'll still finish across that finish line. But am I going to be sweaty and perspiring and huffing and puffing and looking like a hot mess? No. I'll do it my own way.
She says, Stephanie got that drip. I am not trying to be over here sweating off my makeup with y'all.
Yeah.
Man, and like you're gaining fans by the second. Nick's like, I really like her. He is on the board of the Fatherhood Leadership Initiative. What happens when you be yourself too is you tend to attract more like people like you. And so if you have to pretend to get your audience, you'll have to pretend to keep it, right?
Yeah. I ain't got time for that.
No time. So we've already gone over. No, not at all. And you're healing me right now, and I didn't even realize I needed this. I knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how good it was going to be. So we've gone over grounding, like what's the unique story. We've gone over reframing. Now we're going to so this is following the greater framework. You're learning it as we go too. Now we're going to go to embracing, like embracing the continuous learning. Like, how did you turn your struggles into lessons that helped you to move forward? So I'm going to ask, who or what taught you your biggest lesson on your journey?
Forgive me if I say her name wrong, but it was this one book called Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office by Lois P. Frankel. Fascinating book. She was kind of like, Leaders are readers. I read a ton of
Mm,
books, a ton of books. And that was one of my first favorite books because she talked about like, if you want to be successful in business, especially in a corporate environment, don't be the person that puts like a jar of candy on your desk. You're not mom, right? You're there for a purpose. You're a leader. Act like a leader. You don't see other C-level executives putting a candy dish on their desk, right?
mm,
So again, tying back to what you and I said before, what does a leader look like? What does it sound like? And so that was one
mm.
of the books that really helped me out. Another one, I think, even just growing up, was I was in ASB, which is the Associated Student Body. And my first interaction with Stephen Covey was 7 um, highly effective habits of teenagers. And in that concept, that book was the relationship bank account. And it's kind of like before you can ask someone for something, it's like, how are you depositing into that relationship, right? Are you always just withdrawing, like, hey, can you give me a ride to the airport? Hey, can you spot me a 5, right? Or are you doing things for other people so that way when it is time for you to cash in and you say like, hey, can you do me a favor? They're more than happy to give you that line of credit. So I thought that was very helpful. So I'd say in my formative years, Stephen Covey, entering into the workforce, nice girls don't get the corner office. And then the difference that made the difference was learning NLP. That was the part where I was just like, why didn't they teach this in school? Why didn't they teach this in school? Because this would have solved so many problems. And eventually it was just kind of like, this is how I'm going to turn my stumbling blocks and turn them into stepping stones for someone else. Because once I understood what was going on in my mind, as far as like my strategies, how I think, how I act, how I react as well. And if I could give that power to someone else, right? Knowing how to regulate their own emotions, right? Instead of escaping into social media, escaping and distracting themselves from reality. To me, those were like pretty much like the pivotal moments for me.
And that is so good. Why don't they teach NLP in school? Same reason they don't teach finance
And budgeting
and
and how to fill
taxes.
out a tax form. Yeah.
Oh, come on. If a system is built, it's typically built to protect the system.
To protect the system. And I don't mind saying that too. Yeah. Because like now you hear a lot of like chatter about like, oh, you don't have to go to college, just be a college dropout and all that stuff. But then you still see them putting their kids through college and
That
school
part.
and
That
education and
part.
certifications and all the things and all the things. But you, yeah. Go ahead and quit. Be a dropout because they need people to work for them. So, I mean, just you got to look beyond the matrix. You get what I'm saying? Like you got to wake up, figure it out.
That's that
Some
slow
people
snap.
are just on autopilot and it's like, let me unplug you for a hot second.
And it runs so deep.
Hmm.
And NLP is being used on us if we're being real.
Yeah.
So why not get on the side of using it for good?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. I love that. So I typically ask what failure became your best classroom, but now I'm curious. Uh-oh. Oh, hold
Oh,
on. There's a
I got
story
plenty of
here.
those. Yeah, I got plenty of
Let's
those.
go. Let's
What
go.
was my biggest failure that became my best classroom?
Yeah.
So I told you I was in the Associated Student Body. And I think it was my junior year, I ran for like vice president. And I was so consumed by the idea that I needed to be perfect. And so I went to the library. And if you remember, if I'm in the right room, the Dewey Decimal System. So I went to the computer and I said, like, who are the best orators, the best speakers, and all of that stuff. And I went down the aisles of the library and I pulled out the different best speeches. And then I started to read the transcripts and I was like, okay, I'm going to have to memorize everything, right? And so then I wrote it down and it was like the night before the day that I had to do this speech and I couldn't memorize. And I was like, oh, well, I got a boombox. Gregory, I have a boombox. Do you know what I did?
What'd
I
you do?
recorded my voice like Millie Vanilli. Next day, my turn to speak at the podium. I look at the AV and I go, DJ, push play. And he pushes play and I mime the whole thing. This is before TikTok, right? TikTok where it's really cool to just like do dubs. And I mimed the whole thing in front of my entire class. It was the most embarrassing moment ever. It was so bad that like no one even talked to me afterwards to tell me how bad it was. And I remember like, this is a true story. Like you're looking at me like, oh my God, no. Yeah, it was the worst feeling ever. And I remember my ASB advisor, like no one said anything to me that whole day. That's how bad I knew it was. And it was like 5:00 at night. Like, why are you at school at 5:00 at night? I had no reason to go home. But I remember she was like walking out. She's like, what happened? And I think that was the moment I realized like I tried to be someone else. I tried to be perfect. And then I realized it's not about perfection. It's about connection. And ever since that day, I was like, how do I become a better speaker? How do I become like, it's so natural, so ingrained with me. And that's when I had to embrace me. And if you've been listening this long, like my brand is, I am adorkable. I am adorable and dorkable. I can explain things to you in such a way that's going to make you laugh. That's going to make you giggle. I'm going to give you visuals. I'm going to make you feel something because that's just who I am. But that was really a defining moment for me. And not that many people realize that. They think like, oh, you know, you're Filipino. You're probably born out of the womb with a mic in your hand, like singing karaoke. It's like, no, no. However, I did have a moment and I learned from it. And it's one of those things when you realize that there is no such thing as failure. There's only feedback. So just fail already, because fail is just an acronym for first attempt in learning. And I learned, baby, I learned. I learned what not to do, right?
So good. Yes, you did. I know there's someone that just got healed from hearing that right now, because I can't tell you how, I'm the introvert whisperer. Like, I can't tell you how many introverts rely on me to be their voice when I'm at a networking event. Like, they just kind of hang around waiting for me to introduce them to people, right? And there's so many people that would, what is that statistic? 85% of people are deathly afraid of public speaking. The other 15% are lying. Because everyone would rather die or do something, anything other than get in front of a crowd and speak. So much so. But
it drives
go
me
ahead.
crazy. It drives me crazy because like your voice is your power. How can you rely on someone else to communicate what it is that you want? Only you know what it is that you want and how you want it, right? We're not mind readers. At least I'm not. If you are, please let me know. It kind of reminds, like, even my daughter, she's 10. I was telling you this, and you know, we watched like The Little Mermaid, and I was like, so she lost her voice. You see what happened when you don't use your voice?
Ooh.
I'm like, that's the lesson of the story. Not that you need to find some prince to save you, but you need to take ownership of your voice.
As many times as I watched that growing up, I didn't even catch that. Wow.
Flip the script. Different perspective. Yeah.
Hey, Karen.
Welcome, Karen.
I was just watching her channel. We were like, me and my wife kind of go over other people's channels and see, like, because I meet so many creators, like, what are they doing that works for them? We look at the most popular video and like their oldest, and we see where they started. We see where the shift happened. And it's just, it's so interesting to watch, like, what works and what doesn't. Like, there's a part in my heart that wants to be like, okay, so you did this and it worked really well, but then you started doing these things. Why didn't you just keep doing this? It worked, right?
Yeah.
She said she just ditched out another video she was watching when she saw we were live.
See?
Let's go.
See? Okay. Because here's the thing. Live streaming, it hits different. Because the thing is that like it taps into your happy brain chemicals, like that dopamine, that oxytocin, that serotonin, those endorphins. Because then especially when you call out somebody's name, now you're creating like these neurological anchors where it's like, oh my God, you remembered my name. Karen, yeah, love to see you. And every time you stack those anchors, you stack those wins, that's how you build community. That's how, right? That's what you got to do. I saw the let's go. I was like, let's go.
Let's go. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And you said a thing, remembering names. I can't tell you how important it is, because you know, being an NLP coach, how important it is to get into the field of perception of someone by calling them by their name. I can scream out, hey, you, or any kind of like cat call, and it won't register. But as soon as I say Stephanie, someone talking to me, right? Yeah. And if I take that step, that extra step to remember it and remember something about you and use your name, that's a whole, like you talked about it. It's not about perfection. It's about connection.
Yeah.
So for the person that's watching, that is like, yeah, Stephanie, that's easy for you to do. You've always been like this, right? You were born in the Philippines with a microphone. Sorry, that was funny. What was the smallest, like the first small action that created that momentum to take you out of dubbing your voice like Millie Vanilli
Yeah.
to like who you are on stage at VidSummit, presenting all of these amazing people, but in such a way that it wasn't just a, I don't know if you saw that one guy, and I hate to throw shade. I'm not throwing shade. It's just, there was a one guy that came out there, and bless his soul, he got on stage, but he literally was reading, and you could feel zero emotion while he was reading what he was reading. Yeah. From something like that to someone that's like, come on, guys, I need you to put your hands together. Let's go. Like your whole body's in it.
Yeah.
What was that first small step?
The first small step for that. Okay, now I remember. So in high school, I was in what's called the Navy Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, and we were the Navy. And so I was a platoon leader, age 17, managing 30 cadets. I went to leadership boot camp. Here in Coronado, which is basically where the Navy SEALs train. And I remember, just getting grilled by drill sergeants. And I was in charge of like the unarmed drill team. Like I've had people in my face and whatnot, but I think the moment, like if we have time for this, the moment for me was when, I'm going to share this story. So bear with me. So I'm standing in the front of my platoon, and we've been like preparing for this moment. Like we knew these drill sergeants were hungry. We knew that they wanted to go up and down the ranks and try to make high schoolers cry, right? So I prepared for this, and I have shined my uniform, my belt, and everything. I was like, I was dripped. I was clean. I was like, let's go, right? And I remember this drill sergeant just boom running up to my face, and he just starts yelling. And it's this thing that you feel where it's like you just look straight ahead, and you just answer the questions, right? Who's the president? Who's this? Who's that? Da, 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 da. And so I knocked every single one of them down, right? But I remember one of my squad leaders, tiny, teeny, small, and she's smart and she's a total freaking badass. But I remember like 3 of them ganged up on her, and they all just started yelling at her because they wanted to break her. They wanted to break her. They wanted to break her. And then my drill sergeant was yelling in my face. And I remember he said to me, Garcia, why are your glasses dirty? Right? I was like, sir, because you spat on my glasses, sir. And I did the whole thing. I was boom, like the whole neck and the whole shoulder. And I yelled it so loud that my master chief across Area 11 yelled out. He goes like, fuck yeah, Garcia. And like, as soon as he said that, I swear to God, it was like this battle cry. And everyone in my platoon just like felt this energy of like fire sign, right? And then all of a sudden I heard her voice, and it just boom, she lit up to my whole freaking squad, all 4 squad leaders, whole entire platoon of 30 cadets just lit up on fire. And that was the moment for me where I was just like, use your voice, because your voice is powerful, and your voice can build people up. And there's so many people out there that want to tear people down.
Yeah.
But if you could teach people how to use their voice, say what it is that you want, mean what it is that you say, right? Walk that walk, talk that talk. That for me, I was just like, that carried me into everything else. And when I tell that story to people on stage and in workshops, and especially like when I'm teaching like teenage girls, they're like, yeah, I need to find my voice. Like we call it the fuck yeah Garcia moment. When was your fuck yeah Garcia moment?
Let's go. That is, and it's so crazy. Energy doesn't die. It only transfers. And so when you tell that story, I'm there with you. The sergeant's in my face. My glasses are dirty, and I'm whipping my neck with you. And when I heard you say, F yeah, Garcia, it's like, yes. And then everyone lights up. Yes, that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want that energy transfer. But as you were talking about in that conversation we had in the Westin, you have to step in and embody that self. You had to embody that in that moment.
Yeah.
And when you step up and do it, did you know that I found this out when I was in Toastmasters? Professional means, yes, very powerful story. Publicly acknowledged for. How? Judea said, I'm sitting here wiping.
Let me go.
Let's go.
Real quick. Yeah.
Publicly acknowledged for. Professional speaker. How do you get publicly acknowledged for speaking?
What do you mean? I'm talking every day. I talk to myself every day.
Ooh.
I acknowledge my damn self. I don't need external validation, Gregory, for someone to say you're a public speaker. I've been talking to myself every damn day. The moment I wake up, I'm talking to myself. What do I say to myself? I believe in myself. I could do this. Why not me?
Why not me? And the next question I usually ask, we're into the action now. You've got that tiny habit, and it's embodying that self and seeing it spread. Like not waiting for someone to hand you a permission slip, but you giving yourself permission. Are there any habits or systems that help keep you moving now? Because I know you mentioned some of them when we were talking, but I need someone to hear that it's practice.
Yeah. I stack my wins. Every single little win that I have, I stack them, because as entrepreneurs, and you heard me talk about this over at the West End, is that as entrepreneurs, we get so busy. We go from, oh, I did this goal. Great. I launched my website. Oh, I launched my podcast. And then you move on to the next thing. But you don't realize there are some people that are still thinking about their website, their funnels, their this, their that. They haven't made that jump yet. And so when you realize, like, damn, I did my first talk at Toastmasters. Wow. Somebody came up to me and said that I made a difference. I got my business license. I did this. There are so many wins that you have had. And it's, for me, my tiny habit, well, I call it a big habit, is I stack them right here. So it's like I light it up. Every single win, every single thing, it goes right here. And so before I walk on stage, if you ever see me backstage, I hit my anchor, light it up, boom, and I'm out on stage. And it's the same thing that athletes do, right? LeBron, Kobe, or even like the best orators. Tony Robbins does his own thing. He has his own ritual for how he gets into that mindset, into that state. And so a part of it is always anchoring your wins. So you know what it is. And you know, like, I'm not out there when I go, I don't need to prove anything to anybody, because I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know what my beliefs are. I know what my end goal is when I walk off that stage.
I'm hearing it always comes back to you. Like, you have to make a decision to be, do have, not have, do be.
Yeah.
Or have a do be.
How do I want my day to look like, sound like, feel like? I get to choose. I get to decide.
Do you ever, like, I know when that was who I was embodying, I got accused of being cocky, arrogant.
Oh, no, that has nothing to do with you. Everything to do with them. How we view our world, people are just a mirror of what's going on inside of our internal world. And so when you're out there and you're shining and someone says, oh, you're too much this, that's a conversation that they're having with themselves. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. I wasn't put on this world to make other people comfortable.
Come on, girl. Say that again for the people in the back.
I wasn't put on this world to make other people comfortable. I'm here to live my life.
That part.
And
that part.
I do it with ethics too. I'm not out here to like ruin anyone else. Like, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to have fun. And if you want to have fun, let's hang out.
That part. It's so simple, it hurts.
If you're not having fun, you ain't doing it right. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I honestly don't know. Like, why would you, if you have the choice to tell yourself a story and create the world you want to live in, why in the world would you create something you don't want?
Exactly.
So the next letter, so we're on the T, and if people want to be great, they could stop here, but transitioning with purpose. We talked a little about, what was that pivotal moment for you? And that was an excellent story, by the way. Like, that's going to be clipped. That's a reel. That's a short right there. How did you know that it was time to leave the old behind and move on to that new. Like, we know you made that decision, but what was that turning point where you just said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to do this instead.
I think it's when you realize, yes, you know, when you're growing up as a child, that's your home, that's your neighborhood, right? But when you do have the means, you get to choose which college you want to go to, if you can, right? You get to choose what job, what you choose. I think at that point I think my mom sat down with me, she's like, you're 18 now, you get to decide. She's like, I don't have any control over you anymore. And even though she said that to me at 18, honestly, she could have said that to me. I say that to my daughter now who's 10. I'm like, you get to decide how you want your day to be. So if you want to stay up all night tonight, just know tomorrow you're going to feel groggy. So if that's how you want to feel like, right, that's your choice. And so I think that's for me when I started to realize, like, I get to choose. I get to choose which path I want to take. And if I chose, like, I mean, I went to college and I wanted to be, I went for psychology. No surprise there, but I honestly thought that I was going to be like a organizational development type of role. But eventually I fell in love with marketing. And then I said, okay, well, I know I chose this, but that doesn't mean I can't change my mind. So I changed my mind and I did something different. I think there was another stat that I realized is that the average adult changes careers 10 times in their life. And I think most kids, especially when they're like 16, 17, 18, trying to figure out, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? It's like, trust me, like, you're probably going to switch careers 10 times. And that's okay, because your interests are going to change. And that's okay.
Your interests, your experiences, your values, like everything changes. I think that's one of the most detrimental questions you can ask a kid. What do you want to be when you grow up? Because it makes it feel like you have to lock in with one thing. And are you AI?
Often imitated, never duplicated. They wish that they could AI me. They wish.
Just prove it. Listen, that's how you know you're good. When someone has the question. If I'm sitting here having a conversation with AI, right?
Yeah.
Wow. The compliments you're getting on here, that's incredible. Wow. So I just lost my train of thought there on that one. Wow. So you get to decide.
One of one.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to be one of the many that get to interview you. So
you're one of one, limited edition.
And you get to decide, right? I love that you do that with your daughter. You can stay up all night. Just understand that there's going to be consequences from doing that. And as long as you're willing to accept those consequences, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's one of the flaws of the employee model. People are crowbarred into doing one thing for life. Humans are wired that way.
Yeah. It's that psychological safety. It's that security and that stability. And again, once you're plugged into the matrix, you tie your values. Not you necessarily, but some people will tie their whole entire identity by their jobs. And eventually, you're going to realize, if you're not following like the news on LinkedIn and the tech jobs and how quickly people realize, oh, I was just an expense. I was just a line item. Doesn't matter how many years, how many sleepless nights I had, how many holidays I pushed aside, how many birthdays I missed. Like, you hear it now and you're like, this matters to me, or you're the type of person where you have to learn through pain. And if that's your strategy, that's your strategy. You get to decide. I like to learn the hard way. I don't like to learn the hard way. I like to learn from other people's mistakes. I will leapfrog over other people's mistakes.
If there's a shortcut,
I'm taking it.
Why are we going the long way, right?
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Unlimited lives. Unlimited lives.
Cheat code for life.
Yeah.
So knowing when it's time to move on is when it's painful, or when you see that everyone else has gone this route and it hasn't worked for them, So why am I going to follow them off the cliff when I
Yeah.
can decide to go my own route? That's what I'm gathering.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Now, if you want to be great, you could stop there with the framework. But if you want to be greater, you have to empower a network and you have to have resilience in the face of setbacks. It's the first thing that comes when you try to level up is not a red carpet rollout to your purpose and your dreams. It's going to be an obstacle. It's going to be a setback. It's going to be a tragedy first.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Ooh, I love this. Let's get to that in a second because
Yeah.
it's you have to be resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And
But I don't think it needs to be a tragedy. I think that's where most people fail. They wait. They think that they have to wait so bad for things to get so bad for them to change their mind. You don't have to wake up homeless, bills skyrocketing, file for bankruptcy to finally do something different. You don't have to. You could see the signs.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't think that it always has to be an obstacle and hard. You just have to realize who you are surrounding yourself with, because I have friends that are always cheering for me. I am always cheering for my friends. Yeah. You got to know who's really there for you in your corner and those that are just trying to like pull you down with them. Right. Because when you start to change your values, your beliefs, your attitudes, when you finally decide, I deserve more. Why not me? People are going to look at you and they're going to be like, "Ugh, what makes you think you're so special?" And blah, 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 blah. Those are the people you need to leave behind. Because in reality, if I succeed, rising tide lifts all boats. I'm going to take you with me. But if you're there in the dark, in the shadows, and you're trying to pull me down, then I don't need you in my life. There are some people, when they start to see you evolve and get better and do things and shine, they get jealous. Because they're like, you're not, they'll say something like, "You're not the same Gregory I knew. You're different now." You know what I say?
You think?
Fuck yeah, I'm different. Because the old version of me isn't going to take me to where it is that I need to be. So I need these new values, beliefs, attitudes, community, dedication, habits, all those things, that discipline. Thank God I'm no longer that version. Thank you for taking me to where I am today, but where I need to be, that's going to require something freaking different from me. So thank you for saying that. I am different.
I did all this work to stay the same.
Yeah. Stop it. We're like in the Pokemon era. We're about leveling up.
That part, Sierra, level up. Did you know that song is 7 years old? I just discovered the video yesterday.
Someone said to me too, they're like, "Did you know that people that are graduating from high school were born in 2008? And I was like, "What'd you say?"
Take it back.
I said, "Don't say that. That was mean."
Watch your mouth.
But you know what? Asian don't raisin and black don't crack, so I don't care.
Asian don't raisin. I've never heard that.
Never. Wow.
Never heard that one.
Why do you think they put me on the main stage? Asian don't raisin. They don't know.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. Okay, so you know what? We just went out of order, and I love that because there are no rules. Nobody knocked on the door and said, you skipped a step. Come with us. So you've shown that resilience, in order to be resilient, you have to surround yourself with those people that are supporting you, that are for you, that are, going to cheer you on, and separate yourself from the people who aren't meant to go to the altitude that you're climbing to, right? They're not meant for that.
Yeah.
They're chickens, they're pigeons, but they're not eagles, right?
They're not eagles. Oh, I love that one. Yeah, I remember that. People come into your life either for a season or for a reason. And that clicked for me. Some people like staying at this level in their business. I want to be this in my business. And so if I have so many friends that are in the world of AI, and every time I'm around them, I feel so, I'm out of my comfort zone, but I love it because I don't always want to be the smartest person in the room. Push me to my limits, take me somewhere else. broadened my horizons. I didn't think of it that way. Tell me more. I didn't consider that.
Curiosity.
Hmm?
They say it killed the cat, but that's why the cat had 9 lives, right?
It's true.
I
The cat knew the cheat code.
He just gave up at 9. He could have gone 10 or infinity. He was just like, I figured it out. It's boring now.
Yeah.
So, empowering your network. Obviously, you're surrounding yourself with the right people because they're helping you grow. They're the right kind of people. You're not the smartest one in the room, which, God, that's such a breath of fresh air. Like, to not have to carry all the weight and to be able to be that sponge that can soak everything in around you. Like, I'm selfishly soaking everything up from you right now.
That's
And
cool.
I love it. Like, you are so empowering, inspirational, transformational. And I mean, you're seeing it. Like, we're live, so what just say, bruh. I don't even know what that was
It's
for.
it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, I don't want to know everything.
No.
Because if I knew everything, then I wouldn't be interested in anything. I wouldn't have that curiosity. I wouldn't want to have that learning of want to do more or be more. I would just know everything. And how boring is that? But everything is always evolving and changing if you really pay attention, right?
Absolutely. That reminds me of this show on Netflix is The Good Place. Have you seen it?
I have not, but I've heard great things about it.
Okay, then I won't spoil it for you. But how to say what I'm trying to say without giving it away. Romina says yes, or yeah. So she's on her other channel now. Romina says yes.
I love it.
It's just watch it. So
Okay.
on the topic of, like, I don't want to know it all because it would be boring. Like, people put this concept of heaven out there and what it's going to be like, and you're going to have everything and everything is going to be perfect. And have you ever really thought of the concept of perfection and how, like, what we're destination junkies, right? We look to get to that place, and like you said earlier, we don't stack the wins, we don't enjoy the journey, and so once we get to that place, it's like, that's it, that's what I was chasing for.
Yeah. And sometimes you get to that destination by yourself, and damn, that could be lonely.
That is the worst.
Like, you know what I want? Like, if I'm driving in the car, I want windows down, top down. I want like Missy Elliott blasting. That's what I want. I want like hands in the air. I want to like get like that car paint and put it on there. It's like, where you going? You know, like honk if honk if you love life. That's to me. That's where I see, like, that's my journey.
And I think we went in the perfect order now that I'm thinking about it, because what you do best is empower network. Like, when you get on a stage, you move a crowd. When you get on a camera, obviously we're seeing it. You're moving the comments. This is the most engagement and the most watchers I've had on a live stream that happened last minute, right? That says something. So who empowered you when you couldn't see it in yourself, and how do you empower others now?
Who empowered me when I didn't see it in myself? I don't think I ever not saw it in myself.
Dang, let's go. What is that life like?
That life is like, why not me? If they could do it, I can do it. In NLP, we have this belief. It's like, NLP is just really modeling excellence. So it's not just like, what's your blueprint, your strategy, your framework? But again, it's like, what do you say to yourself when you wake up? What are your values or your beliefs, your attitudes? And my belief is, why not me? My belief is money comes to me easily, effortlessly, consistently, and without any drama. That's my belief about money, right? Like, if you said, how do I get the essence of Stephanie? You would have to ask, like, what are her values, beliefs, and attitudes? And so your earlier question of who embraced your, to whatever that question was, my brain doesn't even process it, because it was said in a negative that my brain was like, I don't even believe that, so I deleted it. Why hold on to beliefs that I don't even believe? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why would I let that buffer in my, like, why would I doubt myself? In what world does that give me an advantage to doubt myself? That's something I would do to an enemy. That would be inception. So why would I doubt myself? That just sounds dumb to me.
You are so powerful. Like, it's the simple things, right? We don't think about these things. We just kind of go on autopilot. But you just saying that, like, why
For what purpose would I doubt myself? How does that help me? It doesn't. So then don't doubt yourself. Stop that. It does nothing for you. It doesn't move you forward
at all.
It doesn't make you feel good. Why would you choose to doubt yourself? It just sounds so stupid to me.
And complaining is like,
it does nothing.
In reverse, like
okay, complaining, it's a good thing to know what it is that you don't want. Good, now you know what it is that you don't want. So flip it. So what do you want instead? Tell me what you do want. I think a lot of people, you've probably heard this saying, where your attention goes, energy flows. A lot of people focus on what it is that they don't want. And so they're reacting to all the things that they don't want. And so I'll ask clients, so what do you want instead? And they'll stumble because they don't have the clarity. They've been shit on their whole entire life. And so when you say, so what do you want instead? Yeah, what does that look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? Tell me. Give them a moment because they've never invited themselves or gave themselves permission to think about what it is that they want. All they've been focusing on most of the time is what they don't want, what they don't like. And they know it so well.
They've been rehearsing it forever.
For sure.
One of the things I run up against with everyone I've ever coached is, what do you want? Oh, I don't know. I just know that I don't want this. I don't want That's not what you want. You're still telling me what you don't want. So that's the only thing. Your brain can't hear don't.
Yeah.
It just hears the thing coming after it.
Exactly.
So if reverse it. You're right. If you're trying to avoid something, you're still focused on that something. It's like Mother Teresa said, don't call me when we're marching against violence. Call me when we're marching for peace.
Yeah.
That is so good. So I want to get into some Q&A with these people on here because I'm sure they got questions for you and like
some live coaching, some real stuff.
Let's go. Let's real life coaching. Let's go. So if y'all have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. We would love to get into this today. Yeah. But while they drop their questions, because it takes a minute for them to type, I want to know, what's your definition of greater?
What's my definition of greater? I'm just 1% better than who I was yesterday. That's all.
It's so simple. I love it.
Why would I make like a whole thesis around it? The only person that I'm really competing against is myself.
Say that one more time.
I got distracted because I was reading a comment.
Yeah, same. So I'm ready with my question. Stephanie, can I hire you to be my drill sergeant?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things too where people are motivated by different things, right? Sometimes people are motivated by pain. And if that's your motivation strategy, cool. I'll motivate you in that way. But if someone were to try to motivate me, you're motivating me towards greatness. I'm that type of person. And so typically the type of clients that I attract are the ones that can think in positives. No, that's not saying that if you think of the things that you don't want, that I wouldn't want to work with you. I would work with you, but there's a lot of things that we need to work on, right?
Right.
It's like, when did you decide that the only thing that you could focus on is what it is that you don't want? And when you figure out the date of when you decided that, let's go a week before that and then make a new decision. Because at some point that decision never existed. So make a new one.
It's like going back to the future.
Yeah.
Marty, we got to go back. We got to change the past.
I love it.
All right. I love that. When was the decision? And just go a moment before that and oh my God.
Yeah. Because there was a moment in time where it wasn't a problem and then you decided it was a problem. So what makes it not a problem? I just solved your whole freaking...
just shattered the entire.
It's simple, isn't it? Think about it. At some point,
It's
it wasn't a problem, and then you decided it was a problem. So what makes it not a problem?
and then you married it. You want to talk about having commitment issues? That's the thing you need to be having issues committing with.
Yeah.
So Elijah, Side Hustle Society, said, Stephanie, you may have already shared it, but what would you say is your most defining moment as a creator?
I think my most defining moment as a creator is when I first started live streaming. I think this was back in 2016. So already told you my daughter was born in 2015. And when I was deciding to make my exit from the agency life, I decided everyone was calling themselves a social media strategist at the time. That's what I used to do. And I was like, well, how do I separate myself from the sea of sameness? And I realized that people really like working with me because I could explain things and I'm very visual. And so I started live streaming and I would show them, this is how I would do a social media audit. This is how I do a strategy. This is how my brain works. And I think that people started to realize like, oh, wow, she could answer questions in real time. And she metaphors and different analogies and different case studies. Like she knows her stuff, right? That was the difference that made the difference. And people really wanted to work with me because they're like, wow, someone already asked that question. And then someone asked the same question, but in a different way. Because we speak differently, we learn differently. Some people are visual, so I'm gonna show you. Some people want a hands-on exercise. Try this template. Here's the worksheet for you or something. I cater to all of those different learning styles. And I think that was really the defining moment for me as a creator was I'm a live streamer and I will dedicate time towards showing you who I am, how I figure stuff out. I'll take you along that journey with me. Even if you looked at my channel, I was live streaming for, gosh, such a long time. And I never did any like edited videos and stuff like that. It was just too much time.
Did you notice that you're like, what was, excuse me, what was the difference between live streaming and putting up those polished videos with the zooms and the cuts and the B-roll?
I like the live streams because, like I said before, it hacks into your happy brain chemicals. Like the fact that I could look in there like, oh, Elijah's here. Oh, Karen's here. Like that to me gives me that community. And it's that transference of energy. When I get excited, you're excited. You and I talked about this, right? It's not about the algorithm. It's the human rhythm. So when I move, you move.
Just like that.
Just like that. That you get with live streaming. And in a polished video, it's different. It hits different. And every now and then I'll put out a polished edited video and with the zooms and the pans, and it hits different. But again, people have different convincer strategies. Some people are convinced when they see me live and they're like, oh, cool. I love her personality. I love her energy. And some people just go because they want like a quick answer to something and they'll prefer the pre-recorded videos that are like this long versus a live stream.
Right. That's so good. Elijah, does that answer your question? I think it exceeded it, but I may be a little biased. This is my friend. Can I call you friend? Fire signs unite. Let's see. Oh, are you doing it all on your own? So Elijah's reviews. So he has a live stream coming up. You should join. We're gonna do a live VidSummit review like we did last year and have a panel of people popping in. Yeah. Elijah, drop the time in there. I can't remember.
And if you have any questions about like even the exhibition hall, because that's where I was hanging out. I've been doing recaps of all of my favorite talks and just like blogging them. I realized actually I love blogging too.
Yeah, I saw. So you had a Roberto Blake blog like after VidSummit of last year, I believe. Yeah. And you just like put it all out there for those that missed it. And I was like, when I get done with this episode, I want to go read that. Because that is dope. And like, I love writing. I love blogging too. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Probably because I'm over here being influenced by what everyone else is saying I should. I'm letting people should.
Yeah. And again, people learn differently. Sometimes I'm a skimmer. I don't want to watch a video.
Right.
Right. Sometimes things make better sense to me when I see it in a graph, in a flow chart, when I see it written in words. Yeah.
Yeah, like why do I got to drink this whole bottle of milk when I can just pour out a little glass and get what? Yeah. I got you.
Exactly.
So I love that. How do we work with you? This is what, the third or fourth time someone's asked to work with you on here. I love it. So definitely live streaming is all the good feels. Absolutely, Karen. Like,
Yeah.
I love this. I'm such a people person. I just love the
Yeah. And
energy.
you said that. You said that before the call. You're like, oh, I'm such a, you should, if you want to.
Don't you shit on me.
Yeah,
This is good
exactly. I
should.
was like, I'm not going to shit on him, but
This is good should. What have you
let me
been?
rephrase that. When would now be a good time for you to start live streaming?
An hour ago.
Yeah.
I made the decision today.
Yeah. Because look how
I,
you feel. Like, look how
I,
you're just lighting up. And like, I know you had talking points and questions and all that stuff, but sometimes it's just the flow of the conversation is the flow of the conversation.
and it's so much better that way. And like
Yeah.
the framework is in me. It's how I've leveled up in every arena I've been in. Like these 7 things that we've gone through: the grounding in your story, reframing limiting beliefs, embracing everything that comes as a learning opportunity, taking action. Like, what's the action you're going to take? Not the goal you make, but the action you take. Fall in love with the process and the journey.
Yeah.
Transition with purpose. Like, if that's not working for you because someone should it on you,
Yeah.
then when is it time to move on? And then who are
Yeah.
you empowering? If you get to the top and you're by yourself making money and no one's with you and everyone else is still struggling, or people are coming to you asking for help and you're not helping them, are you really successful or are you an asshole?
Yeah.
So who are you empowering? Who empowered you? Like, keep giving back and then resilience, because there's going to be things that come along the way and you have the ability to decide whether that's going to be a setback or a stepping stone. I love how you said that. Setbacks and stepping stones. Let's get into more of these questions. Let's go. Okay, definitely live streaming is all the good feels. Will Smith, and not the one. Have you met Will Smith?
Okay, so I have another Will Smith on my Facebook, and I was like trying to squint at my screen to see if that's my same Will Smith, but I don't know.
Possibly. He started as a game streamer and now he has this lifestyle coaching academy. Amazing story.
I think that's him.
Yeah. He said, let's go. Stephanie and Gregory teaming up. It seems like he knows you.
Yeah,
So
it's like I think I saw him pop up on my Instagram too. Yeah.
Yeah, Will is amazing, man. We've had some really cool conversations too, and he's been chopping reels from it. And
Oh, I
just,
love that.
I love his story. Thank you for the energy, Will. It did, thanks. So he got his question answered. Man, I love this. Sure, it's at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. If you want to, he can drop the link. Please drop the link.
Sunday
and
works.
Then Will says, I watch everything at 2x. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. And again, I think even as a content creator, so I view myself as a live streamer, but also an educator. So I'm always very mindful that if I do live stream, I also turn it into a blog post, and then I do cater to the short form videos. So my repurposing strategy is really catering again to how people learn, how they share. Because if I only dedicate like the content I create to like, let's say an hour-long live stream, not everyone is going to see that. So why would I limit myself?
Repurpose strategy is, if people aren't getting it from this, why would you limit yourself by just relying on this and not put it in different forms all over the place? Is that what I got?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so genius. But, okay, so help me here, because every solution you have seems to be so simple and so fun and so real.
Yeah.
Why did they train us that everything had to be complicated and layered?
Who's they?
I don't even know. I just been saying they for so long. I don't even know who they are anymore.
Why can't you just change your mind?
Listen, I'm supposed to be Mr. Question Everything, and you ask better questions than I've ever thought of asking. Why can't you just change your mind?
What's stopping you?
That's cool. Turning a live into a blog, then a short. Who is they? Fire.
Who is they?
So I just realized I skipped over Ramina. She said, I'm ready with my question. And I think her question is, Stephanie, can I hire you to be my drill sergeant?
Of course, absolutely.
So simple. So simple. And you can find her at lightscameralive.com,
lightscameralive.com,
captivateoncommand.com,
Captain. Mm-hmm.
and Facebook, Hey Stephanie Live. She's got a group, SMS Strategist or SM Strategist, Social Media Strategist. She's all over the place.
I'm everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Instagram, Hey Stephanie Live. LinkedIn, Stephanie Liu, Liu. TikToks, Hey Stephanie Live. Twitter, Hey Stephanie. You always got to, like, Twitter always has something.
You got to love the Hey Stephanie. Can I give you a quick background on that?
Please.
So when I was working in the tech startup, people would always ask me about social media and marketing and all these things. And it always started with, Hey Stephanie. Hey Stephanie. And I was like, y'all be asking me these questions all the time. I don't have time to like repeat myself. So I bought the domain at the time, heystephanie.com. And so anytime they had a question, I would reference them to a blog post. And that's why like blogging was one of my things. And so that carried on with me. It helped me out, especially from an SEO perspective. And I still repurpose all of my content. Because if you think about it, most creators will just stay in one lane. They're like, I only do YouTube videos, which that's cool. I love that for you. But I'm also thinking about the people where like they can't stand watching YouTube. You know, maybe they want to read, maybe they want to skim, and I think when you diversify your content that way, those results are going to compound in the sense of like SEO. And I've written 3 books. In my first book, Ultimate Guide to Social Media Marketing, stemmed a lot from my blog post of what I had put out there. So I never had to start from scratch because it was speaking from experience. So this is how I do this, and this is how I repurpose my content. This is how I use these platforms and these tools and all this other stuff. Who says that you can't take your podcast, how many ever podcasts you've done, or your YouTube channel and turn it into a book? What's stopping you from like self-publishing and putting it out there? I mean, you saw our good friend Roberto Blake. Like he's always creating content. He's not waiting for someone else to say like, oh, so-and-so book publisher wants to sign you. He's like, I know what it is that I know. And I have the chops to back it up. I'm going to print my damn self. Print your own damn money.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's like another genius idea. And I've seen a couple other people that my friend and client Francine, she took all of the live streams and podcasts she'd done and compiled it into a book, Calling Over Comfort. And it was like a compilation of, because why would you just let all that content sit out there? And it's good content. And just because it's not getting views or likes or vanity metrics now, maybe it just needs to be resurfaced and repurposed, right? Ooh, that's a bar. So
that is.
You can, okay, the question that got us here is like, what was your most pivotal moment as a creator? And then we went into the creator space, and I feel like we're all at some level, in some fashion, creative in different ways, right?
Of course.
And we can fall into this trap of social media of, well, if I'm not creating like Alex Hormozi or Myron Golden or Stephanie Garcia, right, then I'm not a real creator, and I just got to watch more of their content. I got to buy more of their programs, and I got to do more of what they say to do in order for me to be enough. What do you feel about that? Like, what is your word of encouragement for someone that's addicted to consuming content, reading books, getting certifications, getting degrees, and waiting to be great?
Yeah. To me, it's I call it shelf development. I just need another book, another podcast, another conference, another this, another. And it's just like, you just need to just fail already, because first attempt in learning is going to get you much farther in life than you thinking of like, I need to just do it and learn from it. Because there are times where I'll put out a video, I'm like, I could have done a better hook. All right, well, let me try it again. Because if no one saw it, then no one saw it. Right? And it's not like I can't go back and just unlist a video. No one, like Gregory's not gonna be like, oh, Stephanie, I saw you publish a video and then you unlisted it. He does not have time for that. The internet is not keeping receipts on when I unpublish a video, or if I edit a blog post, or if I test out a different hook and have different variants of a short form video. Like, no one is keeping those receipts except me.
The only thing keeping the receipts is the Wayback Machine, and they're not sending out emails and
No, they're not.
tickets. You know, and it's so crazy that we tell ourselves these stories. Like, I know I'm not the only one that thinks this. There's so many people that are like, it's got to be perfect before I put it out. I've got to do it. You know, I got to get it right the first time.
Just put your first rep in already.
Man, Roderick Brenson. So Rod, the brand strategist. This is my guy. He said everyone wants a brand new maid, but nobody wants to be made brand new. He's like you. I think, look, if you could hop on Rod and just like, I'll drop the StreamYard link for you right now. I feel like that would elevate. Oh my gosh. We can turn this into a panel. Let me know if you're available to come up on stage, because I think the two of y'all, the synergy, like y'all are both branding. Oh my gosh. So he has those quips too, right?
Yeah.
Everyone wants a new brand made. Like, they want a new brand. They want to rebrand. They want a new logo. They want all this stuff, but nobody wants to be made brand new. There's a process. He said, I'm not ready.
That's okay.
It's all good. They want to process, or they
keep reiterating. And you know why? It's because, I want to do a new podcast. Well, I already know how to create a new logo but they don't know the new because they haven't crossed that. So they keep repeating what they've done in the past because they haven't gotten to the new.
Would you say that that's a manifestation of fear, like procrastination, busy work, building, consuming? I feel like it's all different. It's fear or anxiety, really, wrapped up in different disguises.
It could be. I mean, sometimes it's just like a fear of being successful, because what's the best that could happen?
My girl, come on. Fire signs unite. Baby energy in full force right now. Yeah. What is the best that can happen?
What's the best that can happen? What do you want instead? What would that do for you? How would that make you feel? For what purpose?
He said, this is probably the most quotable stream I've ever seen. They just keep getting dropped because you two are cooking.
That's right.
We're going back to that original hat from last year with VidSummit. Let him cook. Let her cook. Stephanie, are there any other words of encouragement or anything that you want to tell this audience that wants to level up and be greater? If they're listening, they feel stuck right now. What's one step they can take today?
Write this down, put it on a Post-it note, or even just change the wallpaper on your phone. And just put the question, what's the best that could happen? And I think that instantly will shift your mindset, because then you'll start to think of what it is that you want versus what it is that you don't want.
I saw 3 comments coming immediately after that. Just what's the best that can happen? Because a lot of people tend to think like, what's the worst that can happen? And they don't even realize they're saying it. Like, we got all these quotables on here, but they're lifting people up. They're getting people to think about what they want and how to get there. We're asking better questions, but those little quotables and quips we get from the people growing up and society, they're not really engineered to help us. What's the worst that can happen is probably the worst question you can ask yourself.
Yeah.
Just like, why am I like this? Well, now you're going to get a Google list of results of all the reasons you are the way you are now, instead of asking, how can I be different? How can I level up? How can I be better?
Yeah. I mean, we teach this in all of our NLP trainings, and it's asking better questions, and if I were to give you the shortcut, it would be, what's the best that can happen? What do I want? What would that do for me? How would that make me feel? For what purpose do I want this? And once you have an idea of what that looks like, sounds like, feel like, then I'm going to ask you, have you done this before? If you've done it before, great. You could do it again. If you don't know how to do it, do you know someone who does know how to do it? If you don't know someone who knows how to do it, find someone else that can introduce you to someone that knows how to do it. Yeah. There are resources in relationships. We are in the era of AI and Google search and communities and conferences. you are not alone.
At all.
You
Ever.
are not alone.
Come on, Michael.
Right? Okay, so then it's, have you done this before? Do you know someone who has? If you do know someone who has, ask them, what was their strategy for success? What was their strategy for success? So what values, beliefs, and attitudes do you have that got you to where it is that you needed to be? Because if it was so easy to get from point A to point B, everyone would be doing it. Everyone would have a YouTube channel. But there's all that messy middle that happens.
Talk about it.
Right? And then once you figure out, okay, what is that mindset? What is that model of excellence? And then install it on you. And that's the version of you that you need to be to get to where it is that you need to be. Like, that was like, what, 5 minutes?
That was like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Now, everyone is asked, how can they work with you?
Yeah.
And let's go. How many times has that been said? This is incredible. This has been...
Well, you know what you should have? Or something for you to consider. What would happen if you had a let's go counter on your show? So that way, every time someone said, let's go, you'd be like, ding, 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 let's go. That would be fun.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that. Oh, I need a moderator because I could do this.
Let's go counter.
Let's go number 6. And then we're going to scroll them across.
Are you going to do a banner? Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
And then I just like add a number every time someone says it.
Yeah. And here's another one. And another one. Right? And another one.
I have these. This is a writer downer. You said write it down earlier. I just forgot to open it up.
Yeah.
Bro, LFG. I think that means let's fucking go. Okay, okay. Update number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find out how to, like, I got to get a Stream Deck or something.
Stream Deck is legit, yeah.
Yeah, so I can have, like, live changes. Okay, how do you save that? Save. All right, that's way too much work.
Or even sound effects. I don't know if can I test mine out?
Try
Let's
it.
See if it works.
Hit you with that do.
Did you get that one?
Bro, is that a Stream Deck?
It's my Rodecaster Pro. Let me see.
My.
Can I test this one out too? I wonder what.
Let's go.
Oh. What's the best that could happen? Oh my God. Like everyone would fall in love with me. Everyone would want to work with me. Like, oh my God. I think I could do this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yeah. So like when I'm on client calls,
Oh my God.
and they're like thinking, I'll just play that. I'm like, dun, dun, dun. It's hilarious.
That is
I'm loving the comments. I just
dope. This is
I'm like, are we formally done with the interview now? Can we just geek out and just be live streamers?
Let's do it, man. I love this so much. I could literally do this all day.
Can I? It's been a while since I've tested it. Can I try this other one?
Please.
What is this one?
How you like that?
Yeah, it's a good one. Did you hear that one?
I did. Y'all can hear that too, right? I know I'm not the only one.
I hope they could hear it. Yeah, because sometimes like I'll hear it in my headset and then
yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that music in all the Dragon Z parody videos I watch. That's awesome. Yep, they hear it.
Oh, I love it. Okay, good. Yeah, I need to update it. I was gonna drop some K-pop Demon Hunters in mine.
I gotta add sounds.
Yeah, well, we'll have a live stream where we all just kind of update our stream decks and all the things. I need to add some Bad Bunny.
Send me all your files you upload so I can
send you all my files. Yeah,
I'll
for sure.
send you all mine. I should have been using that for everything you said.
The clap. What is this?
And then when you what is this?
And I have like a it, and I'm like, let's get it. And they're all like, dun, dun. It's like Avengers. Yeah. I'm gonna see this and I would be like, did I really do that? It's like, yeah, that's when the Celsius kicked. It's like boop.
Yeah.
Elijah and the rest of the crew is like, and then they got real.
All right, let's get back to these comments. It's fire. I love it. So I gotta say this. So Will is in my school community. It's called the Greater University.
Oh,
and
cool.
he said, bro, I can't wait for the Greater University call tonight.
Oh,
If
fun.
you are not in the community, I will drop the link. I'm sure it's somewhere on my Facebook, but get in the community. I'm doing this at an unconventional price, and I've decided to extend it to the end of the year. It's $9 a month and $67 a year. It is a no-brainer for you to hop on with me Wednesdays at 7 Central, and let's apply the greater framework to where you are in life. Reframe those limiting beliefs and get you stepping into your greatness. I found my value proposition at VidSummit, girl. I was like, people kept asking me what you do, and I've always recycled it because it just didn't feel like me until it did. Okay. And then I kept using it, and it was, I get people out of their heads and into their hearts so they can step into their greatness. And everyone leaned in. Everyone was trying to scan my QR code. Everyone wanted to connect. I was like, that's it, because that's what I do. They're laughing at us.
You got to go out there and like test your taglines and see how people react to it, because it's not about like how quickly ChatGPT can spit something out for you, right?
No.
But it's like, when I say something, does it make your heart skip a beat?
No, hold on. They said, I think you should add sounds to your stream. That would be good. You said, does it make my heart skip a beat?
I was kind of hoping for like the breathe in, breathe out, like some crumping. Am I in the right room? Do people know?
You're in the right room. I'm just like,
you're playing with your sound effects now.
That was a miss. So I'm gonna have to get some really cool sounds. Y'all drop some suggestions in the chat. Like I need some sounds for my soundboard. What do I need? What am I missing? What are they called? That's the thing that I think I struggle with, is like, what is that sound called? So what Elijah said, it's an amazing community and we hit gold every effing week. Yes, we do. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Coach Will. Look, everyone's logging in on both their YouTubes to watch.
As you should. Yeah, because I mean, let's talk about it, right? Like, I feel like we have a good message and a good community to share. And sometimes people don't know what it is that they don't know, and you give them an opportunity just to share it. It's just a hit of a button, you know?
Yeah.
Spread the love.
Yes, please.
See, and okay, so Black Eyed Peas, you need the where is the love? And just be like, where are my likes? Where are my shares? Where is the love?
Where is the love? The love. All right. Yes. And then, like, music unites people, and I believe like music is therapy, and it's a way past time to heal.
Yeah.
Like, you could have different sound for each letter of the greater frame. Oh my gosh, that is genius.
That is good.
Oh, see, and you don't get this on a pre-recorded, right? No one's gonna comment later.
No, yeah, you guys. I was talking to him earlier, and he was just like, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm like, why don't you just go live? I mean, you're on StreamYard. You might as well go live. He's like, but they. And I was like, who are they? And then he made the leap, and then he did it. Yeah,
they don't exist. We made the leap. We made a decision today that if editing is my bottleneck, and I have hours of content that probably will never see the light of day and they've gone stale, and I'm paying for a live stream. You know, I pay $431.88 a year to be able to use this.
How about this? How about you do the live streams, and then you tell your community, clip my live stream. Whoever reaches 1,000 views, I will give you, I don't know, 2 months free to the community. Something simple like that. I mean, but that encourages people to take your content, repurpose it, and put it out there. So that way you don't have to do the clipping. They do it for you. Why not?
What she said. Oh, you're over there. What she said, please, I will give you a year free to the community.
There you go.
If you do all the clipping for me and like repurpose this, make shirts and merch. Like, there's so many shirts that can be made from this one stream.
Yeah.
I will bless you with a workbook so you can level up your life. Come on. From Waiter to Greater, the workbook. There's even a bonus chapter about overcoming imposter syndrome in here, which, by the way, there is no imposter.
There's no imposter.
Just spoiler alert.
Invite. No. Yeah, I don't see it on the calendar invite. No. They weren't invited.
Don't exist.
It doesn't exist.
What's the sound for that?
It doesn't exist.
So what about a metal bell like what's on a kid's tricycle? Cling, 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 cling.
Ring, ring.
Send me the stream and I got you. You see what I clipped from our call? I do, actually. I'm curious, did you use Opus Clips? Did you know, like, Opus Clips is on a wait list now? I'm on, but I didn't know they had a wait.
Oh.
So, like, I'm, like, one of the ones.
You're on the wait list?
No, I've been using it.
You've been using it?
Yeah, he said, yep. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's
we get to
crazy.
VidSummit, and people were signing up to be on the wait. And I'm like, wait, there's a wait?
Was it for a wait list for their new feature, like that search functionality that they have?
Oh,
I think regular clipping is open. There's no reason for them to gatekeep the regular clipping that they currently do. But if it's the enterprise version, which if I recall correctly, where it takes like your whole entire channel and does all the yeah.
So I didn't get to stop by their booth to see what it was. So I gotta scan that little QR code and see what they're doing. But like when I got in, it was like when Opus first dropped, I was like, wait, what? I can just drop my whole video in there and it'll clip. But then they did that feature where you do clip anything and like you can type in, find all the best moments where we said, let's go. Right.
Yeah.
And you can compile a list of all the let's goes or find all the questions and the answers. And like, it is powerful. And then there's like a thing where you can say it's like a podcast, informational, gaming, and it just knows what to do.
Yeah.
And like, sometimes you have to make a few like edits to it, but I gave them a recommendation. I said, if you can just add a way for me to change the sound in case the sound is either too low or too high, that would be the only thing Opus is missing right now. Because sometimes I have to export, fix the sound, then put it back in.
Got it.
So what's your process like? Like when you're creating your live streams, like what do you go into your live stream thinking about? How do you market it? Like teach me how to be a live streamer, Stephanie.
Teach me how to live.
Teach me how to live stream.
I know, right?
How to live stream.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So whenever I go live, I don't go live. I tend to go live pre-planned. So I typically do things where, because I have a large Facebook community, so I'll do like a Facebook event and then I'll invite my amplifiers. My amplifiers are the ones that are like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this and da-da-da. And usually when I do a Facebook event, I'm like, what questions do you want me to ask Gregory on the show? Because when they tell me what question they want to ask, then I'll comment back. I'm like, okay, great. I can't wait to ask him or hear what his answer is going to be. Because from a psychology perspective, it creates a micro commitment. So I'm going to ask this question for you. So you better be there when I ask the question, right? So it creates this micro commitment. And then I schedule the live stream in advance and I do it across the different platforms. I use Ecamm, but I also use Restream to get it across the different platforms. And then typically I'll go live. I already have like a live stream structure that I typically do. So I'll have like the opening hook, I'll have this and that. But I like to stick to like what I call the format, which is why, what, how, and what if, which is why is this important? What am I going to teach you? How is this going to impact your life? And if you want to learn more, where do you find Gregory? Where do you da-da-da? And if you want to learn more, subscribe or do this. It's typically the format that happens. As soon as the live stream is done, then I put it into Descript. So Descript is my main, like that's where all the magic happens. Because in Descript, I could edit it like it's a word processing doc. And it has AI built into it where I could find the different highlights and all of that other stuff. So I'll clip it. And then usually I'll send it over to my team. So I have a team of editors in Indonesia. We have a video production agency. And so I'll send it over to them. They know my branding guidelines and they'll do all the things. And then I'll put it in Notion. So Notion is pretty much my content database. So in it, I'll have like which channels, variations of the social media copy, who I want to tag and all of that other stuff. and then I'll schedule it out. I'll have it go out. But typically, if I see that a clip or a video is doing well, I'll tag it in Notion as like my greatest hits, right? My greatest hits album. So that way I could keep repurposing it. So I'm known for taking a single live stream and turning it into 94 pieces of content. So like, let's say, for example, today's what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
So today's Wednesday. That means I could repurpose the content and not just clips, but like the blog posts and this and all that other stuff. So I'll repurpose it and I'll have 94 pieces of content, but I don't drop it all on the same day. It'll be for the next 94 Thursdays about this. And then I'll do another live stream on Thursday, and that will be clipped into 94 pieces of content. And the next 94 Fridays is about that. So I never have to worry about what I'm posting on social media. People are like, oh my God, what am I posting? I don't care about that. Because when you're top of mind, you're tip of tongue.
That was a gunshot. And there you
Like,
have
oh my
it,
gosh,
folks.
Stephanie, you're everywhere. I'm like, I'm not everywhere. I just know how to keep the perception of me being everywhere. And I think also sometimes when you're clipping, so I know a lot of people will take like their live streams and they'll have AI do it for them. Like, what are the best highlight moments? But I know because I live streamed of like when people were like, oh my gosh, when the comments popped up. Those are the things that I'll add in there. And I think even as a content creator, I don't think I mentioned this before, is that when someone loves what it is that you're saying and they're like, oh, that's a gem, that's a bar, I'll screenshot it and I put it in this little folder on my desktop called the Awesomeness folder, just to remind myself, this is how awesome you are. Remember stacking your wins?
Let's go. That is just like you have everything literally set up for you to win in every area of your life. Like you're stacking your wins. You've got a whole system. Guys, I've had this is a writer downer down for like the last 5 minutes. You just got a $10,000 masterclass in how to repurpose one live stream into 94 pieces of content. That is 94 days, 94 Thursdays to be exact. What's today? Wednesday? 94 Wednesdays worth of content from this one live stream because you tuned in. Where's the bomb? I got to drop a bomb. I love it. I love it. Guys, y'all got any other? Oh, hold on. There's questions.
I saw some questions pop up after that. And I was like,
Gregory, let's link this week and I'll show you the ways of Opus. Oh, that needs a gong. I swear. Yes, Master Will Smith. I love it. So the format starts with why this is important. Then what am I going to teach you? How is it going to help you? Then if you want to learn more,
go there.
Join this, go there. And I've heard Myron say it like, teach them what they need to know, why they need to know it, what their life's going to look like on the other side of it, and then make them an offer to come join you. And so that's
sell the how. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So here's the thing, like even that format of why, what, how, and what if, that's your TikTok video, that's your Instagram reel. It's like, hey, guess what? Gregory and I are going to do a live stream today, and we're going to talk about what? We're going to talk about how to captivate on command. And the reason why it's so important is that if you are struggling with your words, she's going to show you how to turn your stumbling blocks into stepping stones. She's going to show you how to do that with this formula, And if you want to join us, we go live, boom, right? Now, I'm going to throw something else at you. You take that same format. Now, let's say you want to do a presentation, a webinar, a speech, or whatever. You spend 5 minutes on the what, 5 minutes on the why, 5 minutes on the how, 5 minutes on the what if. That's a 20-minute presentation. So basically, you already have your TEDx talk. You already have like your signature keynote at that point because you open up with who I am, what I stand for, You're going to basically collectively get them on like rapport and go through your format, and then you close it out with Q&A. I mean, I basically have your live stream structure right then and there.
And I'm over here. I love frameworks. I have so many of them, like situation, task, action, result. The 5 whats. What? So what? Wait, what? Say what? Now what? All the whats. Question everything, literally. So Karen says, and she has an excellent channel too, YouTube Over 40. She was doing this thing in the mall, and like they tried to tell her to get out, and she's like, I'm not saying anything bad, and they wouldn't let her record. And so she was trying to help you get over not being accepted or being rejected. Anyway, sorry, sidebar. Amazing.
Oh, interesting.
Check out YouTube Over 40 if you are in YouTube or on the YouTubeosphere after 40. She's your girl. She said, say again about the awesomeness folder.
Awesomeness folder is that's stacking your anchors. So I do a lot of like virtual keynote presentations. I do a lot of live streaming. And if someone's found something insightful, I will screenshot it and I'll put it in that folder. And I love it because then even if I'm going to do a sales page in the future, these are real life testimonials from real people that said like, damn, that was a bar, or that this completely changed my life. Like I'm not going out there having to like begging people for testimonials because I get them every damn day. Right. I just go into my awesomeness folder and boom, there it is.
I guess I should have been screenshotting all these texts I've been getting over the last 7 years.
Well, what would happen if you did, right?
What's the best that can happen? What would happen if that's a bar?
And then you don't necessarily have to do it because you have a life and you have a business and you have a wife and whatnot and a family. So just hire a VA.
To go through my content. Wait, can you give them access? I know there's LastPass. Can you give them access to your like socials without them having access?
You don't need to do that because like this is like publicly live. So they just have to publicly go to your YouTube channel and just like boop, screenshot.
Oh, I meant for like Messenger to go through the messages, but
oh, I see.
Because a lot of people DM me but if they, hey, can you go post that on social media? Are you comfortable with that so that my VA can grab it?
Yeah,
got you, girl. And
absolutely.
then old sales thing, teach what to do and why to do it, and then have them pay for the how to do it. Yeah, I guess that is a classic sales thing. So what, why, how, what if? You got any more bars for us? Like I'm soaking them all up. I know they are too.
I'm like, you know what? I should just go live again. I should go back to live streaming. I used to go live every Thursday on my channel, and then life was lifing. But now that I'm done with conferences, I don't mind doing it again. I love it.
Yeah, you've inspired me because like just that little framework, I've been trying to think of how to structure my lives, and overthinking happens, life happens, right? But just the value that it provides for everyone involved. And
oh,
like,
Coach Will. See, I knew it is my will. I was like, is that my will or is that your will? Oh, it is my will.
It's our will now.
It's our will.
We can share him. There's enough of him to go around. Don't pull Will's arms off. You're going to break him.
Cut him in half.
Oh man, we could probably co-host a live together. Like
more than happy to. You could take me out of retirement and whatnot.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm always down. I mean, in all honesty, I love live streaming. I love hopping on. I love obviously, you know me as a fire sign. I love having conversations with people. And the thing is that like, if you're stuck in life, just give me like 5 minutes. Like literally, just give me 5 minutes. I'll like judo my way into that.
You said if you're stuck?
Yeah, if someone just feels stuck. You know, I'm the type of person where I'm just kind of like, let's get you unstuck.
Yeah, I was just telling, before we started the stream, I was like, man, if someone could just follow me around with a camera and watch how I do people, like how I get them literally out of their head, stop overthinking, drop down into their heart, realize that they already have what they need, and who they become after that interaction.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool to be so, I don't even know what the word is. I don't even, such a fire sign, such a person. What is
I think in this world, there's a lot of people that are putting out a lot of information. What people really need is transformation.
Come on.
And so if you could film that on camera, that's amazing. And there's nothing that's stopping you from doing that, because in all honesty, the way I've done it at VidSummit is I buy an extra ticket and I just have someone come with me, because I'm like, you don't need to be around me the entire time, right? Because I'm usually emceeing on the stage. So go to the sessions. I'll text you when I got like so-and-so on stage and I need you to do something with me. You could do that, especially at VidSummit, where creators love supporting other creators.
Wow. I never thought of that. You're full of new thoughts. Like, oh, you are breaking my brain and any limitation that I had left over, because I've broken a lot of them.
Yeah.
But any limitation that was left, any residue is gone.
That's good.
Like, I have no excuses. I have nothing but opportunities. And the only thing left for me to do is make a decision.
Pretty much. Like,
She's
what would
just
happen
so-
if? What would happen if you said, like, hey, you guys, VidSummit next year, September 29th to October 1st. I know I'm going. If you're interested in supporting me on the channel, I'm looking for someone that would be open to just filming me as I do a couple of interactions. If that's you, let me know. We'll work something out. You got to make offers. Closed mouths don't get fed. Like, you don't got to do this alone.
Tell me why Myron's whole thing, I keep mentioning him because he was make more offers. He was my mentor. And
good.
like, he's already told me what to do. And I paid really good money to learn that information, but like information without application
Is masturbation.
Ooh.
Is mental masturbation.
Oh my goodness. I can't get to these fast enough. I got to get my wife on here to like moderate.
Okay, so whoever in the community, if you want to be a moderator, we have an opening.
Oh, even better.
Man, you just keep wanting to do things by yourself. Like, it's just,
But
I'm just going to keep picking at you and just be like, bump, bump.
break me.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? Okay, so first, Phil said, I have a camera. I can follow you all around and record. Yes, please.
See?
Yes, please. Okay, so here we go. Retreat, cabin in the woods, or beach house. And we will do a mastermind, me and Stephanie, if she's available, if she's open to this, we will do a mastermind and do this kind of breaking for you to, what do we call this? Communicate with confidence and captivate your audience.
Yeah.
If you're in, drop a message and we
Let
will
us know.
plan everything around that.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I take people from unknown to unfucking forgettable. So I'm going to teach you brain hacks on how to captivate an audience from beginning, middle, and end. So if you want to get that done over a weekend, game on.
Let's go. Let me update the counter.
Update the counter.
Number 9.
And then you know what you're going to do? At the end of the year, you're going to have the let's fucking go, kind of like the Spotify playlist roundup, but it's going to be your roundup of like which episode got the most LFGs.
Ooh. Wow. These are all like engagement hacks, like things to build a community and like the little Easter eggs.
This is what I would do. I would do a wrap up of top 10 episodes that got the most let's fucking go. And then I would do a thread and be like, and here's episode 10. Boom. Here's episode 9. And then you go down the list.
Oh.
People will want to know, why did it get so many fire signs? So you could announce, this is how many fire signs. Da-da-da. I'm going to throw you another one. I would make like some type of award or a badge. And I would say, Gregory, congratulations. It'd say I had like a fire, but I have this camera. I'm like, you received this award. Like, I'd probably like print something out. And they're like, oh my gosh, I am so honored to be like the LFG award winner for 2025. You guys are amazing. Yeah. You know, clip that. I'll put it up there.
Dropping bombs, Stephanie Garcia. Let's go. I'm going to actually have that recorded so that I can just hit that every time.
Do I have a fire sign around me? I should.
Dude, that's awesome. So Karen asked, what are you guys going to do different after? This is an excellent question. What are you guys going to do different after VidSummit? And what were your key takeaways? Excellent question. I'll let you go first.
After VidSummit, I'm going to go back to doing my live streams because I just love community. And I'm going to start putting my content out there. I started a new channel, which is specifically about Captivate on Command. Lights Camera Live is really more about the live streaming and the live shopping and live selling. So it was one of those things where I forget who it was I was listening to, but it was like, do what makes it fun for you. I think it was Mary Allison that had said that. Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm going to do differently. And I've always had like different communities that I collaborate with. It was usually like my live streamers from the Ecamm fam. But now I'm like, I need to go into the Whova app and start reaching out to the creators there. Because I've been emceeing VidSummit for like the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
I thought I saw you last year.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, so I was talking to this lady. Her name is Lolo. Miss Lolo No on Instagram. And she's like type A personality, like get things done. She knows how to make it happen.
Yeah.
But we both had declared that we would be on stage next year teaching something or giving some kind of speech about the success we've had in the last year. So next year, VidSummit, I want to be on that stage doing something. Whether I am emceeing for someone or I am speaking about this sudden success doing something that no one's ever done before.
Yeah. Then do something for the community. Do something for VidSummit, because a lot of the well, yeah, you were volunteering too. So
Yeah, I was a volunteer this year and it was
Yeah.
much different experience.
yeah, you get up close and personal for sure.
Yeah, and then you get to see like a different side of it. As an attendee, it was different than volunteering. Like you see how much goes into it and you respect it in a different way. Like last year, everyone was complaining because things aren't working. But when you see what it takes, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So Sean says, loving the stream, but my lunch break is only so long. Looking forward to catch up with the video on demand later.
Catch you on the replay.
All right. LFG awards are amazing.
Yeah.
LFG. Update the counter. I need like a little snail song.
That needs to be your sound effect.
Do
Update
the
the
Mario
counter.
thing. That's gonna be my sound effect while I'm updating it. See, now it's not so awkward while I'm getting it ready.
It's the perfect sound effect, because you're like, hold on, you guys, let me do this. And then because it's such a mental memory for everyone, it's like you can't help but smile. 'Cause you're like, oh. It's like, let me personalize my Wii character. No, I don't like that nose. Different nose. Wait. Oh, I like that outfit. Okay, next.
But like, where's my body though? So
Sorry.
no, this is good. So Coach Will keeps asking me, did I apply to speak at Social Media Week Lima yet?
Oh, fun.
Not yet, but here's why. It's next year,
Okay.
right? I think it's
Yes.
next year.
Yeah.
Because when I see a form, it just makes me think,
Wow, that's opportunity.
I love you. This
You
is
think, wow, that's not going to stop me. Wow, average people would be like, oh my God, that's so much, but wow. Oh, you know, it'd be really cool, me hiring that VA, and that VA just takes my bio and my keynotes and they plug it in for me. Done.
listen, guys. Get you a friend like Stephanie or get in Stephanie's community, wherever it is, because she will not allow you to live with your limitations.
I will not. Like, you literally cannot be my friend, and just, if you have a death grip on like your shit, I'll WD-40 out of your hand. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, Elsa, let it go.
I have not, because I have not. So I will. When the stream is over, I will do it. How
There's
did you
literally
get to...
no one getting in your way. Seriously.
No, it's just me. I'm the only thing. I'm saying this for everyone here. The only thing in our way is us. How did you get to volunteer at VidSummit? This is cool. What'd you say?
So fill out the form.
So fill out the form. I have it pulled up. Like the thing has been open on this computer forever. So I'm going to do that after this. Okay. How did I get to volunteer at VidSummit? And my key takeaway is, again, your network is your net worth. You can always rewatch the replays, maybe attend 10-20% of the sessions.
Yeah.
But the majority of what's going to like make the most impact is connecting with the other creators. Connecting, like, we wouldn't be here if I was just sitting in the sessions, right?
Yeah.
I had to meet you outside the session. I can't connect with you on stage like that. So being in the hallways, connecting with people, asking their stories, turn on your camera. This time I turned on my camera, but I didn't do it till the third day. So that was an upgrade. How did I get to volunteer? I literally, Elijah reached out and he's like, hey man, I know your money's been funny lately. Where's the little sound effect for that? I know your money been funny.
That's funny.
So maybe you can volunteer. And I reached out to them on LinkedIn. I sent them a message. I was like, hey, I attended last year. I really loved it. I would love to be of service if it's possible. And it was almost like immediately, sure, we'd love to have you. Here's a form, fill it out.
Absolutely.
And it drastically changes your ticket price. I'll let you find the surprise when you apply to volunteer, because volunteers are much needed, and it is better to give than it is to receive. I'll just leave
don't
that
sleep
there.
on talking to the sponsors. Like if you're not talking to the sponsors, what are you even doing? Especially if you want to have brand deals. They're literally there looking for creators.
Listen, Joe's phenomenal. Got a sponsorship deal because he reviews like appliances and stuff.
Oh,
he
fun.
got a deal. What was it, day 3? Got a deal with the air
Nomadic?
fryer oven thing.
Oh, fun.
Tavala, I think it is.
Yeah.
That was cool. It all starts with one stage. Damn, bro, Stephanie. Okay, explosion. Let's go. She whipped you. Yes, she did. She will continue whipping me because is that a punch? That sounds like a slap.
It sounds like a smack. I mean, honestly, it's just dub SD. What would Stephanie do? Like if you're thinking, you're like, what would Stephanie do? Stephanie would say, find someone else to do it for you, or do this. Yeah.
You can't
But
be
listen,
slob and be Stephanie's friend. You gotta go, huh?
I do.
Okay. I appreciate you. You've given me like what we had slotted 30 minutes and we're at 2 hours.
Plenty of content. That's like 94 plus 94. Someone do the math. It's also nice too. It's like when you clip it and then you give it to your guest and they're like, oh, he gave me all this digital confetti. Now I'm going to sprinkle it all over across the internet. Cause you may do your 94s every Wednesday. And then your guests will do like their 94 whenever they want to.
So let me get you.
I think
your
that's where most
94.
people get it wrong, is that they only post it to their channels. They don't give it to their guest, and their guests will be the ones that then includes it into their social media marketing too.
Well, you're definitely getting clips from this. Me and Will are going to work on our 94 after this.
Clips on clips on clips.
Clips on clips on clips. Go take care of that sick baby. I appreciate you being here. And round of applause. Let's go. I forgot this was a podcast because we turned it into a live stream. So thank you for tuning in to this Greater Journey podcast.
You only see that on the live stream.
Yeah, right. You can't get that on the audio. We will see you greater. All right.